Oh, I'm sorry. We ready? Okay. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's your boy Dre, and guess what? As you could tell from the title, as you could tell from the title below, I'm hitting you guys with a story time. And yes, I did flunk out of high school. But before y'all judge me, let me tell y'all why. So, from the time I was like 3, I went to Catholic school my whole life. Like, I hated it so much. Like, parents, if you are watching this, please don't send your kids to Catholic school. It is worse than public school. Like, the shit that goes on in Catholic school, you wouldn't even fathom. You'd be like, the fuck? Like, trust me. Like, I have so many stories from Catholic school, like, from losing my virginity to just doing stuff in the basement and stuff. Like, that's story times for another day. But this one particularly, like, I'm gonna tell y'all how I flunked out of high school within 2 weeks. So after going to high school, or Catholic high school my whole life, specifically sophomore year, I got expelled from my Catholic high school. I'm not going to say the name because I'm not about to blast them, but I did get expelled because I ended up getting into an altercation with 2 of my deans, and I hated them bitches. I hated them with a passion. But then my mom, she like forced me. She like got me back in. Like, she just paid out of pocket and was like, here, like, if I give you this amount of money, like, can you let him back in? So then that's what happened. And then at the end of the year, she was like, okay, I'm gonna send you to public school. So I guess to teach me a lesson, but granted, I wanted to go to public school. Like, I really wanted to go. So I was like, yeah, like, oh no, like, please don't send me there. Don't send me there. And I was like, so what I really wanted to go was Mount Vernon High School. And she was like, hell no. But Mount Vernon High School, they have like a reputation. But yeah. So she ended up sending me to this like dumbass public school in Queens. And when I tell you it was dumb, like, it was dumb. I was like, the whole time I was there like, Remy Ma, like, are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Are you dumb?
You must be dumb. So yeah. So I ended up going to this high school, and I only had 5 classes a day. So it was my first period, I think, was like history. My second period was a free period. My third period was like a computer class, but it was with the same teacher as my first period. Fourth was English, and fifth was algebra, or AP algebra. I'm gonna let y'all know why I just put that in quotes. So where I fucked up at was that my first period and my third period teacher was the same, and I would not show up for third period because, like, since I had a free the second, I would leave the school to because we could like leave to get lunch or whatever. So I would leave the school, but I just wouldn't show back up. Like, I would show up fourth period, so I would like have 2 frees. And like, the fact that she knows I'm there because I was there the first period and I just didn't show up. But I was like, the bitches that's in this class is dumb, because like, I needed a mental break after the first couple of days, because there was this one dude, we're gonna call him fucking I'm gonna call him Red, because he was real red skin. So Red, he had the audacity to want to read in the class because she wanted participation. So now Red was like, oh, I want to read. Mind you, Red is 21 years old. Well, no, he was 20, because once you turn 21, you have to automatically get kicked out of high school and get your GED. So he was 20 in a junior class. So mind you, all of us are like 16. And he was like, oh yeah, I want to read. So this man took 30 minutes to read a paragraph. 30 minutes. And he was stuck for like a minute trying to pronounce the word perhaps.
Are you dumb?
I'm like, bro, it is 2 fucking syllables. Perhaps. That's it. It ain't hard. It's perhaps. It's what? That's a 7-letter word? Like, come on now. So 30 minutes to read a paragraph. I was so over it. I needed a mental break. I was like, nah, son. So I had left the school and I didn't come back till 4th period, which was English. And then eventually within those 2 weeks, I stopped going to 2nd, 3rd, and lies. I stopped going to all of them except for 1st period. But my 5th period, since it was AP math. I remember I got there and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is a math class. It's an AP math class. So today we're going to learn how to add and subtract fractions." I looked at him. I said, "You've got to be fucking kidding me."
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
I'm like, I'm in an AP math class and you're now learning how to add and subtract fractions. So he like did the roster and he was like, so he like called everybody's name, but he like didn't, my name wasn't there. So at the end he was like, "Oh, did I miss anybody?" I didn't even raise my hand. I was like, "No, you got it." And I just never showed up after that first day. So yeah, so eventually within 2 weeks, I only went to my 1st period class and I just ended up not going the rest of the day. Like I would either like go to the mall, go hang out with my friends at my old high school, or just go home and do something. I don't know. I just went for the 1st period just so that my mom could know that I left the house to go to school, even though I didn't go. So after like the 2 weeks, they had called my mom and was like, "Oh, Andre, he flunked out because he hasn't been showing up to class." Yo, my mom gave me like the death stare. She was like, "I'm about to whoop your ass." Like, she was like, "I don't care how old the fuck you are. I'm about to whoop your ass." So I was like, "All right, mom, I guess." So then they had like told all my teachers like, "Oh, Andre's not going to be coming back, blah, blah." So when they had informed my math teacher was like, "Who?" And I was like, "Yeah, he didn't know I was in his class. I didn't raise my hand and I didn't tell him that I was there and I didn't show up." So yo, my mom was so mad. And I was like, "I told you I didn't want to come here. Like, it's dumb. I feel like I'm about to dumb myself down just to like, survive in this dumbass school." But honestly, if I really did stay, I would have been valedictorian. But I didn't care. Like, I felt real like, I was like, I'm surrounded by dummies. Anyways, so then she ended up sending me back to Catholic school. And she had asked him like, "Oh, can Andre come back? Blah, blah, blah." And then she paid out of pocket and they let me back in. I remember the day I went back, it was like I was like a ghost because I walked into class and you just see everybody staring at me like, "Oh, I thought you weren't coming back, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just like, "Nah, bitches, I'm back. Like, what y'all want?" And I sat my ass down and I was like, "Okay." And that's where I graduated from. I graduated from my Catholic high school. And, I made friends. I had a lot of friends. Like, I knew a lot of people. And it was a good time. But, yeah. So, that's my story time about how I flunked out within 2 weeks. Like, don't think, like, it was because I was dumb. Like, no. Like, they were dumb. I just didn't want to be there. But I ended up graduating at my old high school with 90 something average. I think like a 3.8 grade point average. So I was smart. I didn't like the teachers. Like, I used to fight a lot. I used to get into arguments a lot. But those are stories for another time. Like, if you guys want to hear any of those stories, just let me know in the comments below. I'll tell y'all. Trust me. Like, I have a lot of stories on. Like, I don't know, I don't want to say I had a rough life, but I did fight a lot. I did. And I remember, I think like when I was 16, that's when I decided to like really stop because I was getting older. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And actually my last fight was with these gang members in the Bronx. So I would definitely tell y'all that story. So yeah. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button right at the top or below, wherever it's at. But you know, hit the bell. And I'll see you guys for another video. Peace out.